It's the year 410 AD. The streets of Rome, once buzzing with merchants, philosophers, and emperors, are now filled with screams. Barbarian warriors, led by the fierce king Alaric, pour through the gates like a flood. Temples burn, treasures are looted, and the eternal city, the heart of an empire that ruled the world, falls in just 3 days. For the first time in 800 years, Rome is sacked. But was this the end? Or just the final nail in a coffin built over centuries? Stick around, because today we're diving into the epic story of the fall of Rome. We'll uncover the hidden cracks, the betrayals, the invasions, and the shocking twists that turned the greatest superpower into dust. If you think history is boring, think again. This is a tale of glory, greed, and total collapse that still echoes today. Let's rewind a bit. To understand the fall, we need to see the rise. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? It started as a small village on the Tiber River around 753 BC, founded by legends like Romulus and Remus, those wolf-raised brothers who fought to the death. But Rome grew hungry for power. By the time of Julius Caesar in the 1st century BC, it had conquered Italy, then spread like wildfire across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. At its height under Emperor Trajan in 117 AD, the empire stretched over 5 million square kilometers. That's bigger than modern India. Roads connected distant lands, aqueducts brought fresh water to cities, and legions of soldiers kept the peace. Gladiators fought in the Colosseum, philosophers debated in forums, and emperors like Augustus proclaimed Rome eternal. But here's the hook. Nothing lasts forever. Even as Rome shone brightest, shadows were creeping in. What if I told you the seeds of destruction were planted right at the top? Enter the emperors, gods among men, or so they claimed. After Augustus, things got complicated. Take Nero in 64 AD. He fiddled while Rome burned, literally, according to rumors. He blamed Christians for the fire and kicked off brutal persecutions. Then came Commodus, the son of wise Marcus Aurelius, who thought he was Hercules and fought as a gladiator. Spoiler, he was assassinated in his bath. These bad rulers weren't just quirky. They drained the treasury with wild parties and useless wars. But the real killer? The crisis of the 3rd century. From 235 to 284 AD, Rome had over 20 emperors in 50 years, most murdered, overthrown, or dead in battle. Imagine your boss changing every few months, each one worse than the last. Chaos reigned. The empire split into pieces, with generals declaring themselves rulers. Inflation skyrocketed. A loaf of bread that cost 1 coin suddenly needed a wheelbarrow full. People lost faith in the government. But wait, there's more. While Rome fought itself, enemies gathered at the borders. Who were these barbarians, and why couldn't Rome stop them? Hold on, we're getting there. By the 3rd century, Rome's military was its backbone, but it was cracking. The legions, once unstoppable, were stretched thin across a massive empire. To defend against Persians in the east and Germanic tribes in the north, Rome needed more soldiers. So, they started recruiting barbarians. Yes, the very people they were fighting. These foederati fought for Rome in exchange for land and pay. Smart move? At first, maybe. But it backfired big time. These outsiders learned Roman tactics, got inside the system, and eventually turned against their bosses. Picture hiring your rival to guard your house. What could go wrong? Economic woes made it worse. Rome's wealth came from conquest, gold, slaves, and taxes from new lands. But by the 200s, expansion stopped. No more easy wins. Mines ran dry, farms failed from over-farming, and trade routes got dangerous with pirates and bandits. Taxes crushed the poor while the rich hid their money. The middle class vanished, leaving a gap between super-wealthy senators and starving peasants. Sound familiar? Riots broke out, cities decayed, and the once mighty economy sputtered. But here's a twist. Religion played a sneaky role too. In 312 AD, Emperor Constantine had a vision, a cross in the sky saying, "In this sign, conquer." He converted to Christianity, making it the official religion by 380 AD. Great for unity? Not really. Pagans felt betrayed, old temples closed, and divisions grew. Some historians argue Christianity softened Rome's warrior spirit, turning soldiers from conquerors to pacifists. Others say it was a lifeline in tough times. What do you think? Drop a comment below. But first, let's see how these cracks turned into a full-blown collapse. Fast forward to the 4th century. Emperor Diocletian tried to fix things by splitting the empire into East and West in 285 AD. The East, based in Constantinople, modern Istanbul, thrived with trade and strong defenses. The West? Not so much. It got the poorer, more vulnerable half. Think Italy, Gaul, France, and Britain, all exposed to invaders. Then came the Huns. These fierce nomads from Central Asia, led by Attila the Hun, the scourge of God, pushed other tribes westward like dominoes. Goths, Vandals, Franks, they all fled into Roman territory, begging for shelter. Rome said yes at first, but treated them like dirt. Starved and abused, these barbarians rebelled. The big blow came in 378 AD at the Battle of Adrianople. Gothic warriors crushed the Roman army, killing Emperor Valens. It was a slaughter. Rome's elite legions wiped out. From there, it was downhill. In 406 AD, the Rhine River froze solid, a freak weather event, allowing hordes of Vandals, Suebi, and Alans to cross into Gaul unchecked. They rampaged through, sacking cities and weakening Rome further. But remember that sack in 410? Alaric's Visigoths did it after Rome refused to pay them. Alaric died soon after, but his people kept moving, eventually settling in Spain. Now, the empire was bleeding out. Emperors came and went like seasons. In the West, puppet rulers sat on the throne, controlled by barbarian generals. Enter Romulus Augustulus, the last emperor. He was just a teenager in 475 AD, named after Rome's founder for irony's sake. But real power lay with his dad, Orestes, and then the Germanic king Odoacer. In 476 AD, Odoacer overthrew the boy emperor, sending him to a comfy villa retirement. No dramatic battle, no fiery end, just a quiet handover. Odoacer declared himself king of Italy and sent the imperial regalia back to the Eastern emperor saying, "The West doesn't need an emperor anymore." Boom. The Western Roman Empire was gone. But was it really the fall? The East survived as the Byzantine Empire for another 1,000 years, preserving Roman law and culture. So, why do we call 476 the end? It's like the empire split, and one twin died while the other lived on. But let's not sugarcoat it. The West shattered. Cities shrank, roads crumbled, trade halted. The Dark Ages began, with knowledge lost and warlords rising. Aqueducts broke, leading to disease. Literacy dropped. Even kings couldn't read. Yet Rome's ghost lingered. The Catholic Church filled the power vacuum, using Latin and Roman organization to spread across Europe. Charlemagne crowned himself Holy Roman Emperor in 800 AD, claiming the legacy. Roman law influenced modern systems, from the US Constitution to European courts. And those barbarians? They became the roots of modern nations. Franks to France, Anglo-Saxons to England. So why did Rome fall? Was it one big reason or a perfect storm? Historians debate endlessly. Edward Gibbon blamed Christianity and moral decay in his famous book, The Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. Others point to lead poisoning from pipes or climate change cooling farms. Economic collapse, military weakness, political rot, invasions. They all piled on like weights on a cracking bridge. Imagine your own life. One bad day is okay, but stack job loss, health issues, and family drama, you break. Rome was human after all, built by people, destroyed by people. As we wrap up, think about this. Rome's fall teaches us empires rise on strength but fall on complacency. In today's world of superpowers, economic bubbles, and border tensions, are we repeating history? The Eternal City reminds us, nothing is eternal. If this story hooked you, hit that like button, subscribe for more history deep dives, and comment. What do you think caused Rome's fall? Invasions or internal rot? Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep questioning the past to shape the future.